Well, biomolecules includes the molecules of biological origin. You know what is biomolecule? Our body is made up of cells. Cells make tissues, tissues make organ, and organ make organ system. And every cells has its own composition of thousands of molecules, and the sum total of all the molecules in our cell is called biomolecules. So briefly, biomolecules are the compounds which includes both organic compounds, inorganic compounds of your cytoplasmic composition. For example, if we talk about a cell, and in a cell there are roughly 5,000 kinds of chemicals, and the sum total of all the chemicals present in our cellular structure is called cell pool. It means a cell contains bulk of molecules of large size, small size, and it is both organic as well as inorganic. And the sum total of all the chemicals present in our cell is called cell pool. And in this cell pool, it contains both inorganic compounds as well as organic compounds. And we might be knowing the difference between the organic and inorganic substances. The carbon containing substances are called organic compounds. And basically the term biomolecules what we use, that is carbon containing organic compound present in our cellular structure are called biomolecules, and that are required for our activities, our physiological activities, our development and everything. So basically biomolecules are what? Biomolecules are called carbon containing organic compounds. All the cellular structure or all the chemical parts in a cytoplasmic structure is not a biomolecule. What are biomolecules? So biomolecules are carbon containing organic compounds. By the way, if you talk about composition of a cell, so it contains large number of compounds, and compounds is made up of elements. And as we talk about elements, what are the elements present in our compounds that present in our cytoplasmic structure? Just for your information, if someone asks you how many elements are present in our earth crust, natural compounds, natural element present in our cell, this number is approximately around 95. All the 95 elements is not a component of our cellular structure. In that 95, as we know that in that 95 there are approximately 75 and 20. In this 20 are non-metals and 75 are metals plus metalloids. So all the earth crust, in the earth crust, the elements number is 95. In that 95, there are 20 non-metals and there are 70 metals and metalloids. Now question is that, are all the 95 elements are also present in our cytoplasmic composition? Answer is no. Among this 95, only 25 elements, only 25 elements contributes in the formation of cellular compounds, cellular components, and in that sense, these 25 elements are called cytoplasmic elements. Again, I am repeating, these 25 elements are called cytoplasmic elements, that is a part of our cellular structure. So these 25 elements are called cellular elements, or it is also called cytoplasmic elements. For example, if we talk about the major elements of our cytoplasmic structure, it is called CHOPKINS, CAFE and magnesium. We can remember this also in this form, Chopkin's Cafe. The major elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, potassium, iodine, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, iron, magnesium. They are the major elements that makes our cellular structure, in which the major elements are, most of the fraction of cytoplasmic component is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and it contributes nearly 93% of all the cytoplasmic fraction. It means there are certain elements that may be present more in our body structure in respect to earth crust. For example, if we talk about in earth crust, the amount of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen is less in respect to our body cells. Our body cells contains more fraction of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and that's why if someone asks you what are the major non-metallic elements present in our cytoplasmic composition, the answer is Jones P. The major non-metals, there is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and phosphorus, and roughly these non-metals are involved in the formation of our biomolecules. As we earlier said, biomolecules are carbon containing organic compounds. So briefly, in this complete information, if someone asks what is the biomolecule, the biomolecule is the cellular component of earth, and that is the organic compound of our cellular structure. Now we will explain that there are two different fraction of fraction of biomolecules, certain called biomicromolecules and certain called biomacromolecules. Now the biomolecules can be divided into two different groups, biomicromolecules and biomacromolecules, depending upon their structure, depending upon their weight and depending upon their solubility structure. Now we will classify the types of biomolecules. So biomolecules can be classified into, one is called micromolecules, and one is called biomacromolecule. One thing is sure, biomolecules are carbon containing organic compound, and it can be differentiated into simply micromolecules or biomacromolecules on the basis of the molecular weight. If a molecular weight is 18 Dalton to a range of molecular weight 800 Dalton that fraction of molecules are under the micromolecules. That molecular weight is in the range of 18 Dalton to 800 Dalton, and if it is more than 800 Dalton, even range of 10,000 Dalton, and even more than that, they are the part of bio-macromolecules. Now, what are the method to differentiate of a tissues between tissues fraction into its micromolecules and macromolecules? Just for example, how can we now we will see how we can differentiate between the micromolecules and macromolecules by the process of experiment also. For example, just take a part of any living tissues, like a part of liver piece. For example, we have taken a part of liver piece and just put in this TCA. It is called trichloroacetic acid. You know, this complete apparatus is the part of your mortar and pestle. It is mortar and pestle. In this we have taken a part of liver piece and we put trichloroacetic acid, TCA. It is trichloroacetic acid, and we grind that. We just make a slurry of that liver part with the trichloroacetic acid. We grinded that liver with that solution, with that acid, and we make a part of, this is the part of liver slurry. So we have taken a mortar and pestle in which we put part of liver piece and trichloroacetic acid, and we grind them, not very fine grinding, just we make a slurry of that part. And after that, after the making of that slurry, we have to filter that now. We have to filter this slurry with the help of, take a cotton cloth, take a cotton cloth with another container and put this liver slurry above that. We are just filtering the liver slurry. What we will find? We will find that some part of the liver slurry get filtered by this cotton cloth and it accumulates at the bottom of this container. And some big molecules remain at the top of this container that didn't get filtered, that basically didn't get filtered. Now the structure that get filtered at the bottom of this container, basically this compound is called filtrate. This compound is called filtrate, or it is also called acid soluble fraction. Filtrate, or it is called acid soluble fraction. And the structure that didn't get filtered, that is still remain at the top of container, and this is called retentate. This is called retentate or acid insoluble fraction. So there are two different component of that liver slurry. Some get filtered at the bottom of container. That filtered part is called filtrate or acid soluble fraction, and that didn't get filtered, it is called retentate or acid insoluble fraction. Now in the terms of micromolecules or macromolecules, even it is said that this filtrate contains thousands of organic compounds and many inorganic compounds also. This acid soluble fraction consists of organic compounds as well as inorganic compounds. And basically this organic compound that is present in filtrate, now this organic compound is called micromolecules, and those who are present in retentate or acid insoluble fraction, this is the part of biomacromolecules. Simply, those and biomacromolecules are always a organic compound. That remember, biomacromolecules are always a complex organic compounds. It means the acid soluble fraction contains both organic compound and inorganic compounds, and that organic compounds are simply called micromolecules. That molecular weight is in the range of 18 Dalton to 800 Dalton. The weight of these micromolecules must be in the range of 18 Dalton to 800 Dalton. And this biomicromolecules, micromolecules mostly contains the monomeric structure of polymeric compounds. Now tell me first, what is biomacromolecules? They are the bigger complex organic compounds, and in the book it is written like this. This biomicromolecules mainly consist of 4 different organic compounds of your cellular structure. That includes proteins, nucleic acid, carbohydrates and lipids. So if someone asks what is biomacromolecules, it mainly includes 4 important organic compounds, that is so biomacromolecules now if we talk about major biomacromolecules are, it is protein, second is nucleic acid, third is carbohydrate, the fourth is lipid, and if we talk about in a cellular fraction, cytoplasmic fraction, what contributes in what amount, it is even given in NCERT also. The amount of for example, in a cellular structure, mostly the amount of water is in the range of 70 to 90%. Although water is not a kind of biomacromolecules, it is a kind of inorganic compound only, so it is not under the part of biomacromolecules. Now if we talk about biomacromolecules, The protein amount is 10 to 15%. Second number is the part of nucleic acid, and it contributes nearly 7 to 8%. Carbohydrate, it contributes nearly 2 to 3%. And if we talk about lipid contributes 1 to 2%. Even question is asked, what are the major biomacromolecules and what are the arrangement of biomacromolecules from increasing order or decreasing order in our cytoplasmic fraction? So protein is maximum 10 to 15%, nucleic acid is 7 to 8%, carbohydrate is 2 to 3%, and least amount of biomacromolecule is of lipid only. Although it is said that lipid is not always a biomacromolecules. Few lipids are present in acid insoluble fraction, but its molecular weight is in the range of 18 to 800 Dalton, and that's why it is said that lipid cannot be considered as a strict biomacromolecules. It is present in both fraction. It is present in micro part as well as macro part also, because some lipid is present in acid insoluble fraction, but its molecular weight is less than in the range of 1800 Dalton to 800 Dalton. Now, in these four parts, we know that protein, nucleic acid and carbohydrates, there is some similarity in these three compounds. And what the similarity is? Similarity is all these compounds are polymeric compounds. What is that? As we know that proteins are the polymer of amino acids, nucleic acids are the polymer of nucleotides, and carbohydrates are the polymer of monosaccharides like glucose, fructose, etc. It means protein, nucleic acid and carbohydrate. All these are called polymeric biomacromolecule. Protein, nucleic acid and carbohydrates are called polymeric biomacromolecule. Why it is called polymeric biomacromolecules? Because proteins are made up of large number of amino acid. When we combine many amino acids by a chemical linkage, many amino acids join together to make a large protein molecule or peptide molecules. Similarly, nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotides. And carbohydrates are the polymer of monosaccharides. Monosaccharides like glucose, like fructose. These are the example of monosaccharides which combine together to make a complex carbohydrates. I told you earlier, protein, nucleic acid and carbohydrates are polymeric biomacromolecules. But what about lipid? Lipid, although I told you, lipid is not a strict biomacromolecules. It is present in both micro part as well as macro part. But lipid is not a polymeric compound. Lipid is a non-polymeric. It is a non-polymeric polymeric macromolecule because it is formed by the esterification of alcohol and fatty acids. There is nothing called polymerization in the formation of lipid. Now again I want to discuss what was the biomicro and biomacro. For example, most of the monomeric form of any polymeric compound like amino acids, like nucleotide, like glucose, fructose, it all be a part of biomicromolecule. But once they combine and make a bigger molecules, now it becomes a part of macromolecules. Now we have to understand the structure of micromolecule as well as macromolecules. We will not discuss separately what are the biomicromolecules of carbohydrates, biomacromolecules of protein and nucleic acid. We will simply start with the structure of carbohydrate, and in that carbohydrate we will discuss both what are the part of biomicromolecules and what are the parts of its biomacromolecules. So in brief, this chapter of biomicromolecules can be divided into separate parts. Like we will discuss carbohydrate, we will discuss first of all we will discuss about carbohydrate, then we will discuss about protein, then we will discuss about lipid, then we will discuss about nucleic acid, and in last we will discuss about enzyme kinetics. An enzyme is also a part of our protein only. Enzymes are the proteins only. So basically this chapter can be divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 parts. Complete chapter of biomolecules can be divided into 5 subtopics or 5 parts only. It is carbohydrate, it is protein, it is lipid, nucleic acid and enzymes. We will not separately discuss biomicromolecules and biomacromolecules. We will simply discuss what are carbohydrates, what are the type of carbohydrates and what is the function of carbohydrates. So now to start with the biomolecules as a chapter, we will start with the structure of carbohydrates.